Hey, welcome and welcome back. I'm Kara. This is my home. Today it's in the 70s, so that is perfect hiking weather. We're kind of in between destinations right now, so we just found a close hike. It does look pretty, so we're gonna go check that out. Brian made us a little picnic lunch. We decided we're just gonna eat in the van, have everything right here. Brian's already ahead of me. I'm gonna eat some lunch. I think he's been waiting patiently for me to wrap this up. It's 70 something, but it's, I don't know, it feels toasty still. Definitely not 100, so improvement. Kind of excited. I got a new day pack I get to try out. I don't have the water bladder thingy in it right now. We're not going to be gone too long. I also just got these seat covers. Funny because I actually bought them like a year ago and decided I didn't want them. But I don't know, Amazon reminded me about them, and I saw that they have like a buckwheat bottom, and I've just been introduced to the comforts of buckwheat. I got a pillow from Japan, and so now I'm all about the buckwheat. So I want to protect this. I need to protect this, keep it in good shape. So I'll figure out how to put that on. For some reason I thought it was one piece. It's not. So let's figure that out. Was easy. I think I returned them because they're dog hair magnets, so we'll see if I keep them. I actually kind of like how they go on. I think that would look kind of funny. I'm gonna leave that off. So much better. These seats are really comfy to begin with, but actually this, I don't know, adds a little texture. I think I want one for the driver's seat. Good find. Little puppy. Alright, we got, wait, what is this? Oh, this is BLT? What is that sauce? Anyway. Hummus. The BLT of sorts, actually TLT, it's tempeh bacon and hummus, so that doesn't really fit in. TLTH, THLT, THLT, pasta salad. And we got, what kind of beans? And barbecue beans. Barbecue beans? Like baked beans? Some kind of beans with a sauce. I'm gonna eat real quick before we head out. So I've been wanting a pair of hiking shoes for a while. I don't always hike on really intense trails that require like a heavy hiking. Sorry. That was so cute. Somebody was like tiptoeing over to the trash can that's right here and was apologizing for interrupting, but if anyone should be apologizing, it should be me. Back to what I was saying. I've been wanting a pair of hiking shoes for a while. I don't always hike on really intense trails that require a heavy hiking boot, which I'm sure you've noticed. But I did want something that had a little more grip and support than my tennis shoes. And after looking at a few options, I landed on these. They are the FitVille low top sturdy core hiking V3s. One of the reasons why I went with FitVille is because of the wide toe box. I have flat feet and they tend to spread out more when I'm walking, and that ends up rubbing against the sides or just putting a lot of pressure on it. These are actually made with wide feet in mind. I just took them out of the box. They're not broken in. Seem comfy. If you have plantar fasciitis or like bunions, then they're supposed to be good for that too. I also have a springy cushioning in the sole, which is good to minimize impact and provide a little more stability. Like I mentioned, I haven't broken them in yet, so we're gonna try them out on the trail. but right out of the box, they seem comfy. So that's a good sign. They feel really soft and supportive, kind of like the cross between my hiking boots and tennis shoes. Also, random side note, I noticed on really long drives that my feet started to feel a little weird. I think it's from the angle with the gas, get the nerves, I don't know, get a little tingly or something. I'm not sure what's going on there, especially if I'm going right from the trail to a long drive. It helps out with that, I'm hoping, because it's getting a little uncomfortable. First impressions, they seem comfortable, supportive, seem like they have more grip than my tennis shoes, but not as bulky as my hiking boot. But now for the real test, I'm gonna hit the trail. I'll report back and see how they did. I need to give an update about my new hiking shoes. I'm pleased. I'm quite pleased with them. They're definitely more supportive than my tennis shoes, which is good, because as I get older, I feel like my stability isn't as great. So that was a nice, wasn't a surprise. That was good. That was good. Definitely lightweight, cushy, overall comfortable. Like I said, I did not break them in at all. That was just due to a lack of pre-planning. So, but it worked out, so that's good. If you're in the market for hiking shoes, give them a try. By the way, they don't only have hiking shoes, so if you just need, I think they have all kinds, like sandals and dress shoes, all kinds of stuff. So if you do need something that's wider, or you have some like foot issue going on, give them a try. Lunch was had, naps were had, and now it's time to hit the trail. All right, we got two options. Neither seem very long, but we're gonna do them. Thank you. I've been warned. Let's take a minute. And some people need a refresher. Well, we didn't pick the blue or the yellow. We're just kind of walking. It's pretty. Guess we're on the blue trail. It's nice, long little river. Stream, it's along a little stream. Like that little arch. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, little tongue.
You don't need pictures of me. I don't have a YouTube channel. A little more excitement.
Is this the way I went before? We're on yellow now. We're just kind of wandering about, having fun climbing on the rocks. It's really pretty back here. I don't know. Is there a green one? What are you pointing at? It's the weekend and it's really not that busy. It's like first cooler day in a while. Saturday. There's people out, but not like I was expecting. Another little stream. All kinds of surprises back here. See tiny little fish. I don't know, maybe they're not fish. Frolic on the rocks. Frolic on the rock. Can't even say that. Frolic on the rocks. Sounds like a drink. I'm gonna come up with a drink. And we're back. I think we ended up walked a few miles. I think we pretty much combined both trails unintentionally. It was just fun, kind of frolicking around on the rocks. Those were pretty cool. Saw a little snake. That was fun. It was just sunbathing. Ended up putting the cover on the headrest. I realized I was holding it completely wrong. So, looks kind of goofy, but I don't know. I don't know if that will stay, but if I'm going to protect the rest, I might as well protect that. By the way, we are in Parkville, Maryland, and this is Double Rock Park, and it was fun. Good time. We did not have the dogs with us. I don't know if anyone noticed, but that is because old man Atticus, little one, he just had dental surgery and he has some stitches in his back also, so he's on bed rest. And can't take one and not the other because that would be cruel. So he's got the cone of shame, stitches. He just, he needed to stay home. So I think it was a little more relaxing for us. Where to next, Bri?
About something tropical, a nice beverage.
Or a tropical drink? It's because I said frolic on the rocks and then started talking about drinks. Well, I started talking about drinks. Yeah, so it's only 77, and the humidity is like in the 60% range, and it's way more humid than I was expecting. Like, it's just been so hot and humidity in like the 90s that I thought 60% sounds fabulous, but it just feels so thick out there. So as you can see, this is why we did not really want to do anything when it was 90% humidity and 106 degrees. We can barely handle the 70s. Time for some drinks. Brian and I were trying to figure out what to do for the evening when he realized that he was not feeling well. Like, he wasn't feeling well all day, but he was really starting to decline. So I just took him to his house, got cleaned up, did some laundry, and I headed out this morning. I booked a Hipcamp in Pennsylvania, and I don't do Hipcamps very often, but I really struggle out on the East Coast this way. I've probably mentioned a million times that the boondocking is not nearly as plentiful. I mean, it's pretty sparse, actually. It's pretty hard to find around here. It kind of leaves you with parking lots, campgrounds, things like Harvest Host and Hipcamps. I really have a hard time staying at campgrounds. First of all, I'm kind of a last minute planner, and a lot of them, especially this time of year, are completely booked. And also there's a website that shows you what each campsite, each plot looks like at different campgrounds, because a lot of the campground websites don't really show you. And I go through these photos and I'm like, it looks just like a parking lot. You're on a cement slab, you have really, really close neighbors, and that just doesn't seem worth paying for to me. I don't want to pay $60 to essentially sleep in a parking lot when I can go to a Cracker Barrel for free. Hipcamp it is. It's kind of why my content has slowed down a little bit. It's been kind of frustrating, actually. It's just I have to stay within a certain range for the summer, and I just feel like there's not as much happening, and I don't know how many videos people would be interested to see me hanging out in my van again for the whole day or sitting in a parking lot. So yeah, coincidentally this Hipcamp is like 4 minutes down the road from my grandmother's house. So anytime I think about it, I get a little emotional. You know, she's no longer with us. And her house, her property was just the coolest, and I associate it with so many of my core childhood memories. So this is the first time I've been anywhere near it, and I don't know, since she passed away, I don't even know how long it's been, but like at least 7 years. She lived to be 96, so can't say she was taken from us too soon. She lived a good life. It's in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, and the last time I was there, and my whole childhood, there was just nothing around. There was like an ice cream place. I don't know, I was kind of surprised to see a Hipcamp in that area, which is really why I picked it. I just got behind a Winnebago, exactly the same color van as mine, which isn't, you know, very unique, but it's always kind of funny when we're driving right next to each other. Always nice to see another van life around the road. I just want to thank you again for watching. It's really cool that you're here and that anyone wants to sit around and listen to me talk or watch my life. So I really appreciate it, and if you're not already subscribed, please do. It really does help me out. I lost my job a little while back, so watching these videos does help me out a little bit. The more you engage, share, whatever, it pushes it out more to more people. More people, more help. But I don't know if they saw me waving. So. While I'm yapping away, I just want to acknowledge that I am aware my camera work needs work. So I'm really trying to improve that, and here's what happened and why it hasn't been the best. A lot of it was filmed a couple months ago when I was working full time, and we were, you know, trying to make our way all around the West Coast. I was new to this. You know, I was active on like TikTok, and those are completely different filming and editing methods, and I had those down. And I was kind of new to YouTube long form, so I was just filming and filming, but I didn't have the chance to edit and watch them back because there was just so much going on. So I was just filming a ton of locations and thinking that I'll put it together later, but when I went to go do that and had time, I realized that it was it was pretty bad. I am learning a lot. A lot of them I was completely silent in, so they were like Charlie Chaplin films. The camera work was shaky, and if I had tried to edit one from in the beginning, I would have realized that right away. But instead, I was just piling up all this film, completely unaware of how bad it was. So I'm now aware. I'm working on it. So hopefully from here on out, it's only up from there. It's only up. I don't know, would people be interested in just watching me hang out in my van for the night if I'm sleeping in a parking lot? I always feel like there kind of needs to be a lot more adventure going on. If y'all watch that, I'm happy to film it. There are still some cozy nights and cozy mornings, even when you're in a parking lot. I am getting hungry, so I think I need to stop. Have another 2 hours till I get there. I'm not sure I can wait that long. $59.57, 18 gallons. All right, I need to get some lunch. I don't do this often, but I got fast food. Impossible Whopper, Burger King. There's always somebody that comments on what I'm eating to tell me like my vegan food is not healthy. Yeah, sometimes I am aware that fast food, vegan or not the best for us. Strangers never cared about my health until I went vegan. Nobody was ever like, you know, that hot dog's gonna kill you. It's something about seeing other people eat vegan food upsets people sometimes. I don't know why. And coincidentally, I have a phone call in 45 minutes with my nutritionist. I work with a functional nutritionist and an integrative doctor. I monitor my health religiously. Like, I probably monitor my health definitely more than the average person. And if you've ever worked with an integrative doctor, they test for everything. They run tests that I didn't know existed, way more than your typical like Western medicine doctor, who I also see annually. So my point is, even if I do eat the occasional vegan junk food, my health tip top. Finished lunch, I decided I'm just gonna hang out in a parking lot to take my call that's coming up. I'm still like an hour away from my Hipcamp, but the call's in like 30 minutes, so instead of driving a little and stopping again, I'm just gonna hang out here till that's done. And a nice woman just came up to me and wanted to check out my van. So these are incredible conversation starters. So you always gotta be ready. Someone's always gonna be coming up to you. I'm a huge introvert, so it took me a little while to get used to it, but be ready. They're gonna catch you off guard. Time for my call. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, here it is. I want to get an inflatable kayak. Does anyone have one? Do you have any brand recommendations or know if they're even good? If I don't get an inflatable kayak, then considering a stand-up paddleboard, but I don't really do that much, so I don't think it would take me a while to be able to get good at it. I could definitely float on it. That'd be fun, but as far as standing, it will take me a little while. On some back windy roads, which I love. We're about 20 minutes, 15 minutes away from the Hipcamp. Just bringing back memories. I keep getting dive bombed by these real small birds. I wonder what kind of birds they are, but they're little daredevils because they keep diving right in front of my van. I just had to pull off on the side of the road because my GPS went out and I have no idea where I was supposed to go. Here. I'm gonna pause here real quick and read the description again in the comments. I just want to make sure I use the GPS coordinates, but you know, before I go any further on someone's property, I just want to confirm this is it. So that road I was going down was not it. I think that was someone's private property. My GPS keeps going like in and out at the worst times, so I did turn around and I think I found it. I was not too far off, but oh, here he is. I just got a tour, lay of the land. So the road I was on first is in fact the place. It's just a different entrance that goes to one of the sites. Now we're gonna go get settled in. Nice pond. They have a canoe that I could use. I've never canoed before. I might give it a try. There's two RV sites. One has a lot more shade. This one is a lot more private. So I chose the private one. Do a little tour. There's a little pond right there. Hear gunshots. I think someone's doing target practice. Hopefully that's what they're doing. This right here is all I need. Just some green, quiet, sunshine. Even without sunshine, just quiet. Can you hear the gunshots? He did warn me that this site has road noise, but I don't mind. I rather have privacy. I'm used to sleeping in parking lots, so the road noise doesn't even register. I'm just really happy to be here. I think I'm going to show you around before I get too comfortable. There she is. I might not have a waterfront spot, but here's my van, and here's the pond. For some reason my van and the camera looks so much further away. It's really not that far. They have a little gift shop up there. I'm gonna go get my wallet and see if I can find something. They sell things made by local artisans. There's actually a place where they make pottery below the gift shop, and I think someone's in there now making pottery. I really want a canoe. I just, looking at it, I don't think I'll be able to get out of it easily. Like I could get in the canoe and push it out into the water, but when I come back, trying to push it out of the water, I would need a step in the water. I don't know, it didn't look like anywhere I wanted to put my bare feet. This place is actually like a holistic health and wellness place. So they do group yoga. I don't know what else as far as like the wellness goes, but it's just supposed to be kind of like more like a sanctuary, and that's right on my alley. So I really like this place. What's going on there? Look at the butterflies. They're real small. This is where they do their yoga. That's cool. Another little pond here. Oh, it's got so many lily pads. Oh, and I love when they have flowers. There's gotta be a frog here somewhere. Can you hear that? Oh, is it a little bird? Is that a bird? Maybe it's telling me to move on. And that's where the tent camper sites are. I have one solar panel. It's 180 watts, so that's not nearly enough to power my van. So it's like a trickle charge. It's getting just enough now to offset my fridge running, my inverter's on, which uses a little, I think I'm charging something. So it's giving me enough that I'm not using any power at the moment. Do a little show and tell what I got from the gift shop here, from made by the local artisans. Little bell, he said it's like paper mache, like wood over wood. It was made right below the store. 15 bucks, that's crazy. Cute. I love handmade pottery. Next time I see Brian, he is just gonna be like, what the fuck? Because I do have a lot of handmade mugs, and they're usually made like wherever I'm buying them. They're kind of my travel souvenir. I don't know where this one's gonna go. Gotta find a space for it in the van. I'm getting a little hungry. Probably been about 6 hours since I've eaten. I want to make a nice drink though first. I want to sit and have a drink. When I say drink though, I mean mocktail. This is non-alcoholic white cane. I think it's supposed to be like white rum. And does it taste like white rum? No. No. If you've never had non-alcoholic alcohol, is there a bug in here? I think that bug's stuck. A bumblebee was stuck in here. Hopefully it wasn't stuck too long. I always feel bad. I could see them panicking trying to get out. Back to my non-alcoholic alcohol. I have yet to find one that is a true substitute. They all really just taste pretty watery, and I always wonder if they're really adding to the drink. Like, I probably would like the drink just as much without anything. But I want to finish this bottle up, so Betty Buzz sparkling grapefruit, my white cane spirit, gonna cut up some jalapeno, lime, and call it a drink. I love any drink that calls for jalapeno. I think we're gonna have tacos for dinner, so I'm just gonna cut them all now. Ooh, this is super seedy. Let's go relax. I give this drink probably a 6 out of 10. I like a spicy Paloma, which I think is quite similar, but I don't know if it's the mocktail version or maybe the grapefruit juice is a little different, but it's not hitting like they usually do. Considering my supplies on hand, it's pretty darn good, and it's fulfilling its purpose. I wanted to sit outside with a drink, and that's what I got. We're just gonna have a very relaxing night, just hang out here, check out some stars, wait for the sunrise. I'm gonna cook up some dinner, and I want to hang out with y'all tonight, but I feel like this video is getting too long. What's a good length for one of these YouTube videos? I don't know. Is it too long? Is 20 minutes good? 30? Is 45 too much? I don't know. What do you think? What's your preference? I do notice that when Brian's not with me, I talk to the camera so much more. So I'm gonna relax for a bit before I make dinner. We're gonna make basic tacos. We got tortillas. Actually, they're not so basic, I don't think. Got the meat, tortillas, cheese. It's a taco seasoning packet because I have no spices in here. Sour cream, pico de gallo, cilantro, avocado, lime, jalapeno. That's actually quite a good taco. These are more like burrito tortillas, not taco. Big dollop. Moment of truth. Yay. It's a good one. It's really good. I'm gonna go eat this outside. Don't judge me. This is not my normal burrito wrapping. I didn't approach this correctly. I was trying to do taco, but it should really be burrito. I'm gonna finish eating my dinner, drinking my drink, relaxing for a bit. I will see you soon. I think it might be time to wrap this one up. Let me know, is it too long? Like, what's the sweet spot? I think for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna read a little, figure out what my plan is for tomorrow, and then, yeah, probably call it an early night. Okay, one last thing. I saw a white crane, I think it's a crane, just fly by, so I'm gonna see if we can get a look. I wish I had a Samsung so you can actually see it. That guy right there. He's so big in person and it looks like the tiniest speck. You gotta trust me on this one.